Top stories at this hour. Egypt's president since the revolution declared, and Turkey lodges a formal complaint with Damascus. Good evening with the news at 6 o'clock. I'm Lulu Gabu. Starting with international news, Muslim Brotherhood candidate Mohamed Morsi has been declared the first president since a revolution ousted Hosni Mubarak as Egypt's leader. Morsi, who ran against ex-Prime Minister Ahmed Shafiq, received 52% of the votes cast. A huge crowd of his supporters gathered in Cairo's Tahrir Square has erupted in cheers. The BBC's Liz Dussett was there.
Tahrir Square is now the place of celebration for the Muslim Brotherhood. The firecrackers are going off, the drums are sounding, the arms are waving. Men, women, and children in the square. Under the tents, surrounded by families, surrounded by friends. This is a celebration that will go on for some time.
Back home, ANC President Jacob Zuma has emphasized the need for the party's second transition as contained in a discussion document to be discussed next week at the party policy conference in Midrand. Zuma has been promoting the idea of a second transition, but it has been rejected by the ANC Youth League and the ANC in Gauteng and Limpopo. ANC Deputy President Kgalema Motlanthe has also questioned the idea. Zuma says those who question the idea should come up with alternatives.
And therefore, the second transition is the thing for us to look at. Those who say the second transition is not right, what is the alternative? They must produce the alternative. I don't care with people who just sit and criticize every day, have no alternative for our people. Why should we waste time with them? We must waste time with the people who need their lives to be changed.
The DA's request for a parliamentary debate on sidelined crime intelligence boss Richard Mdluli has been thwarted by apparent legal considerations. DA parliamentary leader Lindiwe Mazibuko says the Speaker of the National Assembly, Max Sisulu, has refused my request for a debate on the Mdluli saga on the basis of the matter now being sub judice. Mazibuko says the Mdluli matter is already in the public domain and is the subject of extensive media coverage. Mazibuko says she plans to write to Sisulu to ask for his reasons for the belief that a parliamentary debate will infringe on the administration of justice. 2 KwaZulu-Natal field rangers have gone missing while traveling in a canoe they had confiscated. Ezemvelo KZN Wildlife says the rangers were part of a foot patrol of 4 which spotted gill nets in Lake Ntlabane at the Enseleni Nature Reserve. Nearby was a large canoe that they assumed was for the persons who had put up the gill nets. 2 rangers jumped into the canoe as it would have been too heavy to carry and have not been seen since. Police divers and the dog unit were called in, but searches have yielded no results. South African Airways has reduced flights between Johannesburg and a number of African destinations by 249 Rand per round trip. A round trip to long-haul destinations will be decreased by 116 Rand. SAA spokesperson Jerome Similani says the price cuts come after a fall in the price of jet fuel.
We want to announce that we are reducing the price of the fuel levy, and for people that are flying domestically, it should be just under 100 Rand, that somebody should be able to pay less than what they did previously. So we're very excited that it is going to come down. That will be a benefit to our customer, and we're hoping that the fuel price continues to go down. It helps us in terms of our fuel bill, and it ultimately helps the customer to pay less on the ticket.
And finally, further afield, Turkey has lodged a formal protest with Damascus and accused Syria of shooting down a military jet it lost on Friday without warning. The Turkish Foreign Ministry says the plane was flying over international waters when it was attacked. Damascus says the plane was well inside Syrian airspace when it was hit. From Istanbul, here is the BBC's Jonathan Head.
For the first time, Turkey is now challenging the Syrian account of how a Turkish military jet was shot down on Friday. Foreign Minister Ahmed Davutoglu said that, contrary to Syrian claims, the F-4 aircraft was in international airspace when it was struck by a Syrian missile without warning. He said the plane was unarmed and on a routine training mission. Turkey has now called for an emergency meeting of its NATO allies on Tuesday to discuss its response, which officials here are promising will be strong, decisive and legitimate.